Sounded angry, though.
The ice cracks under your feet. Be careful not to fall through. Okay, maybe we'll just go around then. We won't investigate that, shall we? I'm not exactly big on, like, seasonal ice, so I don't know what constitutes thin ice.
Certainly don't want to be out on it.
No. So we're going to go over this way by the chain, like you said.
Man, the chain's further out than I thought.
The winch is broken. Rust has eaten what remains of the chain. The depot that supplied this chain is long gone from the coast. Now, is there any way to get past here?
There was a purple dot for a moment there. There it is.
Inland Empire, a strange feeling, looking into the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea, leave it all, and walk in. Why? But it's cold. Raise your sight. Raise it. Inland Empire, the rain mirror of the bay you see. In the rain mirror of the bay, you see Martinez reflected. Tall edifices of ruins reach into the water like shimmering towers, and the stacks too. Pine trees and motor lorries upside down. Islets and posts like stepping stones lead to the water in front of you. Go. Step in. It's been too long. But it's cold. Inland Empire, yes, cold and still. But love is warm, like the inside of your mouth. No. Inland Empire, yes. Volition, medium success. No, we're not starting with that. Not now, not this time. This fort is over. Shake your head.
That was what it's stopping for.
None of that bullshit.
We're not killing ourselves in Inland Empire. Thank you very much for your input.
Just reminds me of some hilarious little tidbit of information about this game that I'll probably share with you. Pain in your pelvis makes you wince, then you continue. I'll probably share with you when the game's over.
I see. Fascinating.
The inside of the fortress. You can make out the console and the blast door.
Cool.
Okay, well, let's go up this way.
Into that thing we couldn't get into before.
We could not.
Hey, look, we can get into...
Is this a fucking artist studio or some shit? A weathered artillery map showing coordinates in the Bay of Rivacol. An old medicine cabinet newly stocked with dramamine.
Ooh. Fuel!
Let's take that fuel. Lum fuel canister. Mattress nest. There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall. Kim, B triple prime. The lieutenant lowers his voice, stepping closer with his hand on his gun. This looks like a good place to shoot from. Inspect the mattress. A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use, brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns. Perception sight, medium success, and an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts. Was that beans we just took?
I think the lum was a fuel can, it looked like.
Pick one out of the can. The silhouette of the tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tiamotri. Was that not the one?
That was the suspicious one.
Encyclopedia, medium success. Contemporary Rivacolians preferred Droin, a local blend from the Southern Islands, or Astra, legendary cigarette from Krad. Tiamotri is favoured by older men for its paper filter tips, sweet smell, and added tar. I saw the same brand of cigarettes extinguished on Land's End. Point west. Someone's been smoking Tiamotri cigarettes. Not a lot of that around. I saw those back there, Kim. Could be a coincidence, or the same person has visited Land's End and he looks around here. I didn't see any signs of smoking inside, though. If people live here, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot. Inspect the wall. There's a firing slit on the wall in front of you, like a little window. Touch the concrete first. Look through the hole in the concrete. We'll touch it first. Quite old, grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than rain. Look through the hole. The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Inland Empire, medium success, trepidation, a tingling feeling in your stomach. Mattress nest. A small piece of the Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting, 1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar. On the left, a towering skyscraper, its top floor shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside Apartments, Rue de Saint Gassain, 33A and 33B. On the right, the red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the Whirling and Rags, the Rue de Saint Gassain 10, the doomed commercial area, and between the two, the box-shaped silhouette of the Whirling and Rags. You see a small fleck of white on the rooftop, the upstairs window of Clache's room in the rain, reflecting light. Motherfucker. There it is. Can't be 100% certain, but... Motherfucker. Kim, what does that mean? Do you have a line of sight to the window? Yes, there's an opening between 33A and 10. I can see the roof. Kim, I can see it, he nods. Through the scope of a rifle, the shooter would be prone, lying on the mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure. Hand-eye coordination, medium success. Cheek against cheek rest, and on the hair trigger. Cheek against the cheek rest, hand on hair trigger. On a calm day like this... Well, it's raining, but...
Yep.
Kim, I could make it. I could take the shot. I don't want to boast. I could make that shot. Kim, good. He pats you on the back. 3 small pats in a row. I think we have it, Detective. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest. Visual calculus, medium success. Affirmative. Finally! Better late than never. Why didn't we come here before? Booyah, master cop work. Why didn't we come here before? Kim, why? We don't go everywhere in a 1,000-meter radius of the crime scene. That's not procedure. You're right. 6 people are dead. Yeah, you're right, Kim. Kim, he looks north over the fortification, then at the mattress. Empathy, challenging success. He's conflicted for a second. There's a guilt there. It takes him a moment to rationalize it away. Could the shooter still be here? Kim, where? He looks behind his back. In Martinez, on this island. Right here, pointing at the mattress. On this island. Kim, he does not answer, just nods. With his back hunched, he looks around once more and says, we should move, now. Turn away.
Okay,
We got more points!
We found the fucking sniper's nest.
Yep, this is a fuel canister. There is still some fuel in this battered canister. A litre or so. The metal looks decades old. The logo of automotive manufacturer Lum has faded on the side.
Cool.
And we can up our conceptualization again if we like to try that.
Do we want to?
I mean, my alternative would be take that art critic comp. Because I like the sounds of that.
Your alternative sucks. Let's up the whole conceptualization.
Philip is very critical of critiques.
Yep.
Did I look in here? No. Dramamine.
Money.
Money.
Good
Sweet.
stuff.
Oh yes, also our journal is like...
You did things.
You can redo things now.
Yep.
And I'm like, yes, I know. I understand that. We didn't end up going up here, though. There might be something up here, or there might not.
Oop, yellow thought.
No way to jump down there without breaking a few bones? Okay, cool. Good to know.
Very explicit.
You feel eyes on your back. Someone's watching, but you can't say where.
Oh yeah.
Shit. Well, that's very useful. Very useful to know. Kind of expected that. Let's kind of get out of some sight lines then, shall we?
Into at least something a little more fortified than nothing.
Okay, so let's go back to the conceptualization spot, because it might blow some shit wide open!
Yep.
Oh, that's right, we don't go up that way.
We need to go up there anyway to put the fuel in the tank.
This is true, yes.
Might as well click there and let him walk himself up there.
Basically.
And we can put on a jacket and a
Yeah.
t-shirt.
Okay, so there's the shirt, and where's the jacket?
Yep, that's it.
There's the jacket. Let's try again. Third time's the charm, right?
72.
72%. Failed again.
One up, yep. And one over.
Here we go. Okay. Well, let's juice this baby up.
Juice, juice, juice. Now, which one should we turn on first?
Actually, hold up. Before we do that, I'm just going to give a bit of a save here.
Yeah, that feels right.
Pour the fuel in. The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank. As you tilt, dark brown viscous fluid pours out and the room fills with a chemical smell. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch. Pull the rope. The recoil start makes the old generator wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle. That should do it, says Kim. Alright. Let's go to the controls, shall we? Where were they? Down here?
Yeah, down there.
Gone the wrong way then.
Yep. So there were 3 things I think you could do. I remember seeing turn on lights and open the blast door and something else. What should we do?
Oh look, this is a fucking communist mural up here.
Nice.
Then again, this is an old communist fortification. I guess that doesn't mean anything.
Yep.
Still, nice. Since we have communist cop. Alright. Kim, it's on. He smiles. Turn emergency open. Turn emergency open. Could this open the blast door? Let's turn it. The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Ooh.
Ooh, it's got more to open.
And a third.
Kim, after you, the lieutenant gestures at the opening. Before, outside, when we were walking across the sand, I felt someone watching me. Kim, so did I. Not back there, but I felt it since we came here. What if we get into another fight? Kim, don't worry. He takes out his sidearm, checks the barrel, then holsters again. I have a gun. What's there? Point. I don't have a gun. Kim, extra good that I do. What's there? Point to the door. I don't know. Okay, let's go.
Can we do the other things still?
Let's do the other things. Let's push light interior. The light on the room turns on for sizzle. Dim ambient orange. Slide the radio dial. The dial slides under the dusty glass. Dark and silent despite the power being on. You make out the defunct stations on the UKV frequency. The words Feld Insular are written on the brand. Kim, Insular. The lieutenant leans in to inspect the cursive writing. This is an off-ear radio computer, I believe, used for military communications. Encyclopedia, medium success. It's an air-gapped system, an off-ear military model. Its circuits are nearly impossible to bend, i.e. it cannot be remote-controlled.
Interesting.
Call in. Let us leave.
Let us leave?
Yeah.
Oh, I pulled it. It's rough. That's rough buddy on somebody today. He was ashamed that he didn't get that sooner.
Back into the rain and the sniper sight lines.
Potentially, yes. Are those flowers?
They look as though...
They look like creepy...
Small white flowers blossom all around you.
Well, that's good.
A rubber dinghy is deflated, broken.
They also look like creepy eyes peering out of every bush.
Nice. It's a great thing that you said and not creepy at all. Oh, there's a man! He has a rifle! Time to talk to him! The deserter. An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame of the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises black eyes hooded by creased eyelids to meet yours. Perception, sight, medium success. Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp. Empathy, medium success. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything. Are you the fire guy? You've retained your eyesight. Did you close the blast door? Nice gun you've got there. Sir, I need to talk to you. I need you to put down that gun so we can proceed to talk further. We're with the police. I'm with the police. You can keep the gun, but keep it down. Not one move. Okay, so what do we want to tell him, to put it down or to keep it down?
I mean, that's going to precede the conversation, and I kind of want to...
Oh, right, these are proceeds, aren't they?
Yeah.
Nice gun.
Not nice. It's a piece of shit. Gets the job done.
That, Belle McGrave?
Triangle 446.
Medium, encyclopedia, medium success. Southeast, Samaran made. Exotic, must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
Maran rifle? How did you get hold of one? It was sent to us by our brothers in the Xinjiang commune. Military aid.
He passed the rifle. Hand-eye coordination, medium success. It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
Are you the fire guy?
The Xinjiang commune?
It's good now. Like chalk right from the board.
His gaze turns inwards. You've retained your eyesight.
My eyesight. Yes. Helps me see all this shit.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
I fueled the generator, then used the console. How did you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music playing on the water.
Oops.
Shouldn't play sad FM.
But you didn't say that, Kim. It was not rock and roll, it was sad FM. It was not reactionary, it was cool. It was cool.
Fascists were right about rock and roll. Degenerate, hip-gyrating mental illness music.
Whoops.
Yeah, what now?
You the fire guy? You recently tell 2 kids to put out the fire? 2 twins.
May have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around trying to give up the position.
Several fair medium success. The position? Sounds like a hiding place.
Guy, regressive bourgeoisie henchman, can't even talk like a grown-up.
Alright, so... I don't know, we should probably tell him to put down the gun.
Yeah.
Lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You're a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
Authority challenging 12. I am an enemy commander of rank. Put it down. 58%.
I mean...
Give it a go.
Oh, wow.
We succeeded! The words, I am an enemy commander, sound cold as iron from your lungs. The old man still hugs his gun.
What rank would that be?
Lieutenant Euphrata, Lieutenant Double Euphrata.
Wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
The old man lays the rifle down carelessly, then stares at it lying there. Conceptualization, challenging success. He stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound, a strange sadness like a song. What did you say?
The future teaches you to be alone.
Oof, that's sad.
Conceptualization, the present. Oop.
Present, be afraid and cold.
The old man pulls back the hood of his plastic cape and looks out to the sky. It's a blue-grey, same colour as the sea. Those words, the future teaches you. Pick up the gun lying on the sand. Who are you? What have you been using the gun for? That's it. That's it for now, old man. Stay put.
Pick up the gun.
Apparently it's out of bullets.
Do you trust him?
Look, we can do all of these. Deserter. Real music. Real prolecult. He nods. That's River Collier, not your rock and roll misanthropy. Chanson de Soldats of the Black and Whites. Authority, medium success. You need to address that remark. I'm not a misanthrope. I'm a half-dead police officer who's just doing his job. What is La River Collier? Understood.
I'm not a misanthrope.
The deserter. The job of a shitlooker. Understood.
I feel like we should ask before we agree that we're a shitlicker.
The deserter. It's the anthem of the world revolution. His eyes remain fixed on the sky, one of free. In Grad, they sang Brave Children, favourites of history, and in Hissen Yao, it was... He struggles to remember, then gives up. Some Samaran shit, I guess. Song. How's it go? The deserter. How did it go? He looks at his gun and on the ground and shakes his head slowly. Something about shooting rabbits. I don't know. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's gone now. Oh, pick up the gun. His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with white tape and wire. Inspect it. The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed on the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing burnt into the wood. Triangong 4.46mm made in Hissinyao. It is as he said, it's a Triangong made in Hissinyao. This uses jacketed ammunition, 4.46. And that's the important part. Kim, the right type and the right caliber. The lieutenant nods, glancing at the gun. Empathy, medium success. He's liking this. It is a Triangong. Kim, no one said it had to be a Belle McGrave. The lieutenant does not take his eyes off the dead man. We were just guessing. Visual calculus. From ballistics, it could easily have been a Triangong too. Kim, it doesn't matter if it was made in Shenif. All it has to do is use jacketed ammunition, and it does. Stow the gun. The old man keeps following your motions with his gaze. His left arm twitches suddenly. Reaction speed, medium success. Some kind of involuntary response. Something is slightly off his motorics. Rhetoric, easy success. He looked very much like this looked very much like the murder weapon. It can be used against him to get a confession in time. Who are you? What have you been using this gun for? That's it for now, old man. Stay put. Who are you? The deserter. My name, he looks across the water, then back at you, is Iosef Lilianovich Dross. Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Rivacol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender. His eyes turn to the reeds again, dead and dull. Kim, the Commune of Rivacol. The lieutenant forgets to close his mouth. Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the deserted. From the Insulindian Citizens Militia, the Army of the Revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Aérien, and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08. I left my unit on the eve of my landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the Commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties. Logic medium success. 51 minus 8 equals 43. You've been on this island for 43 years?
I was gonna say close to 50 years.
Deserter. No, he looks into the fire. A wisp of smoke rises somewhere between the charred logs. I've been on other islands too. I was on the Resurrection when they turned it into a spa in 18. I was on E48, a nameless sound, till the sea washed it over. Then I came back here. That was, he thinks, 22 years ago. Again, you've been hiding here for 43 years? You said you deserted your unit? What is this place, this island? How have you survived all this time? How have you concealed yourself all these years? You said this was your termless surrender. So you're a communist soldier? From the Communist Army? Communism! The deserter. No, I'm not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army. But you said you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps. The deserter. Trained, he nods, in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something. What does a political commissar do? That means you're a trained communist, right? The deserter. He nods slowly, then another tremor. Point to yourself. I'm also a communist. I'm a revolutionary too. The real revolutionizing is done by entrepreneurs. I'm not really into politics. I'm also a communist. The deserter. No, you're not, he coughs. You're a liberalist. Liberast. Liberast? No, really, I am a communist. I have communist thoughts in my head. Okay, maybe I'm not. Liberast? The deserter. A liberal and a pederast. It's what most liberals are. Yep, that's me. I am not a liberal. I told you I'm a communist. Kim, detective. The lieutenant gives you a stern look. You've not come here to discuss ideology. Then he turns to the old man. You've come to ask questions regarding a murder investigation. The deserter. The old man spits into the fire pit. He does not say anything more. A jitter passes his lower body. How have you concealed yourself for this long? Deserter. It was hard in the tens. He shakes his head. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for the stragglers, those bloodhounds. He closes his eyes. Floodlights on the water at night. Kim. There were posters. Campaigns. The deserter. We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff the hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Coal City were turned to dust. He looks south. But Jamrock, Foulberg, and even Curon, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking Kicks had Mazov coursing through their veins. And others, too. Some cordons of Rivacol were still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. He shakes his head. Soon they all went silent. Their frequency's dead. How'd you get between here and the mainland? The deserter. At night, I used a dinghy. He nods towards the deflated tire in the reeds. I only went after dark then. When I got into the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too, they'd start snitching. Kim, in the city you move underground? The deserter. From bunker to bunker. He nods. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just... He falls silent, his gaze fixed on the shacks huddled together across the water. The weapons cache under St. Gassame 22B. Point to it. In the basement. Have you been there? There's a small bunker under the Feld building. You ever stayed there? One more question. Do you smoke Teomontri cigarettes?
So many good questions.
How about that weapons cache? The deserter looks at you, then pulls the raincoat tighter around his neck. So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Bell McGraves, right? They were damaged beyond use. The deserter. I know. Kim. So you've been there. The deserter. Sleeping. He coughs. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit even before they were corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however. Visual calculus medium success. You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across. How about that bunker? Deserter. The propaganda bunker? He coughs. I used to, but not anymore. Captain, propaganda bunker? Deserter. They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment too. That's where Ruby was staying. I think. propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys. Killed themselves. Deserted. A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. He stares at the ruins of the Fell building. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins on the ground. You smoke those cigarettes, huh? The deserter. I do, he coughs. Ever smoke them on the mainland? The deserter. They're good, he nods. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century. Why don't you just walk there? The deserter. I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals. Empathy, medium success. He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing. One more thing.
Jackie.
The old man looks across the water at the city, the ruins, the motorways, raising above it. Sorry, rising above it was right in the first time. You said you deserted your unit. Oh, these are lots of questions. What about deserting your unit? The deserter. I was 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith, he cleared his throat. And lapse of courage, too. Lapse of faith? The deserter. You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat, and I thought that Mazovian socio-economics were fallible. For a second I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took. For what? The deserter. For reaction to take hold. What's reaction? It wasn't reaction, you were just afraid. Yes, we all have a tiny bourgeois person inside us trying to run away. And when was that exactly? What's reaction? It is a pretty petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men. It wasn't reaction, you were just afraid. It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid. Kim. And this was when? The lieutenant instinctively looks at his notebook, does not take it out. The deserter. May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. He nods, looks north. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like it formed the clouds, storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic. Dark magic? The deserter. The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore under Rivacol. It lifted the streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower. He gestures towards it. Huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in ozone, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned to ash. So I said I was going to the map room. He looks east. Authority, medium success. A terrible shame still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. Shame and smallness of what it became. You didn't go to the map room. The deserter. No, I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland. And the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak, a mouse. Frightened of the ordnance all night and the sounds of the roaches in the morning, whirring. He looks at the sky. What was that? Airships. I climbed out. He closed his eyes. Into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too. Shattered. They had all drowned in the lower levels or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. He opens his eyes and stares right through you. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality. Seen what? The deserter. The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone. Everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. He's silent for a second. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know. What? Deserter. That the bourgeois are not human. You've lost your mind. I've always suspected the same. That's definitely enough now. Say nothing. Let him finish. We're going to let him finish. The deserter. I had to fight it. I had to never stop. The old man falls silent, his black eyes piercing your skin as he looks to some great distance behind you, shaking his head slowly and retreating from it.
Wow. He's gone completely batty.
How have you survived? The deserter. How does anyone survive? He looks at his worn running shoes. I steal. Rhetoric, easy success. Now hold on there. That's a choice. You could have become self-employed. Create the system. What did you steal? The deserter. Supplies, vegetables, he winces. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being. He coughs once more, then puts his hand on his belly. Kim, how was your health, Mr. Dross? The deserter. I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too. Visual calculus, medium success. He does seem frail, gaunt for his age, more like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer. Kim, the RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over. The deserter. I need to die. A droll smile stretches across his mouth. You don't have medical facilities, you have guns. That's all they give you, toy guns. We have Dramamine and other opioid-based painkillers. You must be in pain. This is a serious situation. You need to be looked over, and we can do it. How have you coped mentally?
Don't think he has.
There's a serious situation. The deserter. There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund. We do have painkillers. The deserter. A light goes on in his eyes. He smacks his dry lips. I have been running out of that stuff. How have you coped mentally? The deserter. I haven't.
I was right.
I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of... His eyes roll back into a skull and back. I don't even know what. Inferno? Not appreciatively. I also live in hell. I also have holes in my brain. You point to your head. You notice the lieutenant's about to say something. Well, do you? Kim Kitsuragi. I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult mentally to live in isolation. The deserter. Traitors. It's better alone. He nods towards Martinez. I watch the people of the city turn the lights back on more and more each year. Ruins glimmering in the dark like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting. He turns down his shoe. He looks down at his shoes. His face parched from the sun and wind. There's a wince of pain in there somewhere. Empathy, medium success. Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on? What is this place? This island? I guess we kind of already got that. You said this is your terminal surrender. The deserter. You're with the RCM. He waves you in your general direction. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals on Rivercall. Yeah, more or less. The so-called Lieutenant W. Freighter. We're not coalition-appointed. We just try to help people. That's right. We're with the good guys. We enforce the law. We keep these animals from killing each other. I know what it looks like, but I have secret plans to turn the RCM into a Mazovian revolutionary unit. We're with the RCM. Let's leave it at that. I mean, communist cop?
You can go communist cop.
That is a rock and roll posturing. He stares at the embers, then into your eyes. You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of the humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, La Patrie Communitiste Insolente. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all into a mass grave for trying to free humanity. His hand shakes and he breaks into a coughing fit.
Yeah, he is definitely not great.
Perception, sight, medium success. A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal of the fire pit. Rhetoric, medium success. Renee, the royalist on the coast, said, You never signed the Rivicolian Instrument of Surrender. The deserter. Only the army. Liberal reactionaries signed it for them. Traitors. Should have been burned alive, he draws his breath. I am a political commissar of the Communist Party, and the party never surrendered. Kim. Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender? The deserter, he wipes his blood from his chin. Honourable. That's insane. Understood. I understand. The deserter. I don't think you did. He stares at the fire pit. You live in a delusion. Radio shows, speed racing, and sporting goods. It's not real.
With the brain damage.
You've been here for 43 years? The deserter. 43 years and 10 months? It's insane. That's steadfast. I don't even know what that is. Well, it is steadfast. The deserter. It's not how a human being should live, but I had to. He grimaces, clearly in pain. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw. Volition, challenging success. He just couldn't. You couldn't give up. The deserter nods. Volition, but he can now. Kim, what have you been doing during all this time? The deserter, hiding, fishing, waiting. He looks across the water. Esprit de corps, medium success. 2 police officers step out of the Whirling and Rags cafeteria. Satellite Officer Jean Vicquemer inspects giant litters across the Plaza Mosaic in dark red government-marked heavy fuel oil. Patrol Officer Judith Minot points west, the fishing village. She glances at her watch. We meet in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk. The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smelling of petroleum. One day, it says, I will return to your side. The deserter, always waiting. The old man turns his eyes from the shore and back to you. For what? The deserter, for her to return. Kim, her who? Deserter, Girl Child Revolution. Girl Child Revolution? I'm afraid she's gone. She better come, so I too have given my life to Mazovian socioeconomics. I dare not dream anymore. Nothing in history is guaranteed, but revolution is still a possibility.
I'm kind of curious to who this Girl Child Revolution is.
The deserter, always. I'm afraid she's gone. She better come. The deserter, a waste. He blinks his black eyes. The material base for an uprising is eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore. However hard I try, whatever I do. I have another serious question for you. The deserter. There is nothing serious in this world. He looks at the gun in your hand. It's a farce. Composure, legendary. 14. Assesses body language. Might as well. Give it a go. No.
Ooh.
For a 60-year-old man with stomach trouble who spent his entire life alone on an uninhabited island, he seems surprisingly fit. That's it? Squint at him. He's prone to erratic hand gestures and clearly malnourished. That's it. You can see no more by looking at his slouched frame. The moment passes as you say, "What have you been using this gun for?" The deserter. "I used it for killing people." Kim. Killing people? The deserter. "It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want more or less euphemism? Defending your family and your property? I haven't done that. I used it to kill people." Kim. "Interesting." The lieutenant nods. "During or after the war?" The deserter. "There is no after the war." He shakes his head and smiles. His teeth run black. Class war is never over. That's true. Logic. Easy success. So he's continued killing after the hostilities ended. Okay. Reaction speed. Medium success. This is it. You can feel it. Battery acid on the tip of your tongue. Something you haven't felt in a while, but what? Reaction speed. This is what you live for. This is the shit. Electrochemistry. Easy success. The great serotonin jackpot. Logic. Easy success. The solution! Rhetoric. Easy success. Go in straight. No euphemisms. Like he doesn't like those. Hand-eye coordination. Easy success. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Suggestion. Easy success. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal. So, you're saying you killed people after active fighting stopped. Did you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the Secretary Contractor Krennel? I know you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with that gun in the last week or two?
Wait, so which one do I say then?
The deserter. Nothing comes to you. Silence. His black eyes look at you. Alright, well, we might as well ask the direct question, right?
Yep.
Although, you make him repeat it? Okay, we'll make him repeat it. Killed someone in the last week or two? The deserter. I don't want to tell you anything, you grotesque murderer. Suggestion. And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm wrong all the time.
Thank you, Suggestion, for fucking us up again.
So, you kill people after the active fighting stopped. The deserter. What did I just say? He keeps shaking his head erratically, suddenly. Brushes something out of his eye. Rhetoric. What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
Yeah.
Did you kill the guy? Deserter. Who now? He leans in and cups his ear. Drama. Medium success. He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire. The corpse in ceramic armor hanging behind the whirling in rags. Did you shoot him? The fascist death squad who took a bullet in the mouth on the night of March 4th. His name was Ellis Courtanier. He was part of a security detail here in Martinez. A beautiful, strong man sent here by the Honorable Private Military Company. You know what I mean. Fascist man. Took a bullet. The deserter. Oh yes, that one. He looks up at the sky and clacks his tongue. Ugly piece of work, that boy. Kim. Did you kill him? The lieutenant takes a sudden step towards him. The deserter. I am son of a welder and the officer of the Commune of Revacol. He spits big one at the lieutenant's feet. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime. Logic. Easy success. Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. Hand-eye coordination. Medium success. The gun. The meta weapon is the perfect opener. Perception. Smell. Trivial success. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember. Visual calculus. Medium success. Something about the tracks. Suddenly all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first. I don't need your cooperation. I've got this. Show him the Triangong 448. We've done the ballistics. Point to the tower. The shot came from this island. Come on, what am I forgetting? Hit yourself on the side of the head. Okay, let's back off for a moment. Tell me about this. So, Triangong. The deserter. Heh. Kim. Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there? The deserter. It's a real gun. He points at the lieutenant's sidearm. I like your musketeer pistols. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? He chortles. Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed. Half-light, easy success. Damn, he saw you. He watched it happen.
I believe that.
Visual calculus, medium success. He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting. Volition, medium success. So he saw you. Okay, so what? Don't let it divert you. We saved a lot of them. Elaine, and that musician, we handled it. Stop changing the subject. We have the murder weapon. Point to it. Okay then, conclude.
Concede, not conclude.
Concede, yes. Yeah, we
Stop changing the subject.
Yeah, we have the murder weapon. Kim, you know what? The lieutenant looks at his own weapon demonstratively. You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it? Sorry, looks at the weapon demonstratively. Dramatically asks, you think we have the murder weapon? I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon. You think we have the murder weapon? Kim, 4.46, jacketed ammunition, modified for range, he lists. We have it. This is it. I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon. Oh, cool. That was a task that we accomplished. Kim, good. The lieutenant takes out his notebook and draws a single line. This feels good, doesn't it? Tying things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer. Deserter murder. The old man does not say more. He just glances at the reeds and then twitches once more. We did the ballistics. The deserter. I saw you poking around there looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fasces. A jitter passes him. Did you like the view? Kim, you had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete specifically meant for a top faller to use, and you had a long-range rifle in your possession. The lieutenant softens his voice. You've been here a long time, Mr. Dross. Too long. You clearly need medical aid. The deserter. I'm ready to die. The man interrupts and then coughs. I've done my part. Rhetoric, medium success. He's practically admitting to it. Dead fasces for fascist. Done his part. He said fasces. You admit to killing him. It's the uninterrupted line of sight into the window, the best uninterrupted line of sight into that window in all of Martinez. So you admit it? Deserter. You're sad for your fascia brother, aren't you? One twig got broken, now the others are sad. He waves his hand. There's a twitch, then one more in his right eye. What am I forgetting? Logic, trivial success. Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clash's roof. Oh, of course! The flowers, Philippa, the flowers!
Wait, what?
Oh, yes! There were Maybells in the grass when you got there! And Maybells on Clash's balcony! Reaction speed, trivial success. Wait, don't forget the footprints, the diagonal footprints in the dust, and the secret space behind Clash's bedroom. Now they're gonna come up. Of course, thank you, kid, thank you. Reaction speed, you got it! Remember, the boot prints were like no modern soul. Maybells behind the victim's window.
How would they get... Is they saying he actually went over there to do it?
He might have gone over there to look at it, to scope out the place.
That's weird.
The deserter. Damn Maybells! He looks at the blossoming field. The whole island is turning white with them. Empathy, medium success. He seems tender suddenly, nostalgic even. A strange mood swing. The deserter. So many years too. So many this year too. Spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away. I haven't seen those flowers anywhere else in Martinez. Only here. A young woman